I'm standing on the street corner across from the Planned Parenthood building in Norristown. This organization is responsible annually for some 330,000 abortions. What's ironic about where I'm standing is that just across the street from Planned Parenthood is Einstein Medical Offices. These folks in their hospitals spend tens of millions of dollars every year saving the lives of preterm children who are the same age in their development as the ones that are being terminated at Planned Parenthood and at doctors' offices and hospitals around the country. Some 43 million babies are killed every year due to abortion. This is an issue that the church cannot stand aside and ignore, just as the church in Germany during World War II should not have stood aside and ignored what was happening during the Holocaust. This is a Holocaust happening every day in our country, and we're comfortable in our churches. The Lord warns in Jeremiah chapter 7 that He is watching. While people are participating in idolatrous things, they're saying, we're safe. They're going to worship God and declaring safety, while God all the while is storing up His wrath and judgment. It's time for us to pay attention. This Sunday we're going to do that as we look at this topic. But I'm concerned that this Sunday some of you will feel like you can't attend. Your own history, your own experiences may prompt you to feel like this will be a time of shaming for you, a time of drudging up pain that you don't want to walk through, especially not with people who are pointing a judging finger. I want to assure you that that is not the way that we talk about this issue at the King of Prussia Church of Christ. Like the folks here at A Baby's Breath Crisis Pregnancy Center, our goal is to come alongside people who have struggled with this issue with compassion, like Isaiah writes about in chapter 58, when he says that we need to do away with the malicious talk and the pointing finger, and instead be concerned about lifting up the yoke, relieving the burden of those who are oppressed. Women who end up looking for an abortion are almost always feeling in a place of great anxiety and fear. They feel like they're in a crisis situation, a catch-22. And the church's role in these situations needs to be to step up and to be God's people, showing compassion, providing help where needed, so that they can embrace life and find hope. I hope you'll be there this Sunday. It is not a message of condemnation and judgment. It's a message of hope, a message that I pray will bring conviction and compassion among God's people. As I was looking over our agenda for this Sunday, outside of the sermon, which will be on the topic of abortion and right to life issues, I couldn't help but note that we're doing things here every Sunday that I hope will set us up so that our children won't ever have to go through a crisis pregnancy. In our youth class, we'll be talking about showing compassion to demonstrate that our faith is real. James says that what good is faith if when we look at a brother in need, we say to him, hey, go and keep well fed and warm, but we don't do anything to help meet his actual needs. So we'll be working on the Holy Spirit convicting us to be compassionate in our youth class. In the Sunday school program with the younger students, they're going to be learning about how Jesus heals and loves. It's the very message at the heart of what we say to women who come into a crisis pregnancy center, that there is healing, there is love, there's acceptance, there's forgiveness, and there's redemption, that God can use the most unlikely circumstances to bring about His blessing. In our children's worship, they'll be looking at Moses parting the Red Sea, where God does miraculous things when it seems that it's a dead end and there's nowhere to go. He does something miraculous. In the adult class, we're studying still in the 8th century prophets, where the thrust of the message is so often that God's people ought to be concerned about justice and about caring for those who are oppressed and without hope. You see, everything we do every Sunday is relevant to this topic we're studying. We're in a constant battle here at the King of Prussia Church of Christ to prepare and equip God's people for works of service and for being able to stand when the day of temptation comes. I hope that you'll be with us this Sunday and take advantage of that equipping on behalf of yourself and your kids.